Huntington Beach is hopping, and not just in the water where we normally see the Huntington hop, but it is a Saturday here in Southern California. The crowds are out on the pier, on the beach, and they have been treated to a fantastic day of competition here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico. The last heat of the women's quarterfinals delivering exactly the same as that we've gotten all week long. Great waves, great surfing, and we're on to finals day. Welcome in to the 8:05 post show. I'm AJ McCord alongside Mitchell Salazar, Tana Gadowskis. You guys, this has been so fun. I can't believe we know who's surfing on finals day already, Tanner.
Oh, my brain's almost scrambled at this point. There's been so much great action. The waves have super delivered to this point, and we know there's more coming tomorrow, so what a treat. Like, I really feel like getting to call this event, we've had such a blast with it because the performances have been insane.
Well, and that's what I was going to say, Mitch, is we've been harping on how fantastic the waves have been this entire week. Also, though, the surfers have made them look the best they possibly could. What do you say about the level of talent we've seen at the US Open this year?
Well, it's the best it's been ever. I mean, we're talking about our technology has gotten so much better when it comes to improving our boards, our equipment overall, and of course these athletes have really been developing themselves outside of the water too. I think physically fit and mentally fit too. This is a growing one, AJ. I mean, we're talking about a 9-day event when you include the 4 days out of the longboard too.
Yes, it has been so much fun being here for Huntington Beach, from the longboard to the Challenger Series. We've had some incredible moments, but I'm not going to lie, one of my favorites so far has been seeing this woman back in a competition jersey. Joanne DeFay previously had not competed since March of 2025, welcomed her baby girl in August, and Tanner, like she never left.
No, like literally like she never left at all. I ran into her after this heat. She was all good spirits. Got a hug from her and Kimmy. She had to be on fire because Eden Walla actually has been one of the names we can't stop talking about in this event. And she went clinical mode. She just put the pressure on. It came away with pocket sevens. And at the end of the heat, it was just too big of a mountain for Eden to climb out of. And it was just it was a really, really fun heat to watch.
I love seeing her back on the beach in the jersey. Mitch, when you look at what Joanne DeFay has been able to do you think that she can walk away with another title here from Huntington Beach?
She's the favorite right now, in my opinion. I think so far she's been the most informed surfer. I mean, look at the heat total right there, especially in their afternoon conditions, having to wait all day to compete too. I think psychologically right now she has an edge over everybody else too. You took a lot of time off, obviously because you needed to, but outside of that, you got that extra motivation to remind people what you're capable of, AJ. So far, I think she's been the best surfer on the women's draw.
And she's going to use every ounce of that extra motivation tomorrow, because Joanne DeFay is on to the semis, and look at who she's drawn. Sierra Kerr is another one who has been through a journey in the last year, and she is firing on all cylinders, Tanner.
I mean, both semis right here are super stacked. Sierra is one of those names where with the US Open it pairs so well because it's all about those big profile characters coming in and having to compete at the highest level. But semi too as well, like Isla has been taking down those big names, so maybe she'll keep that run going.
And Sophie McCulloch is another one who had a deep run here a few years ago. She's coming in with a lot of confidence. Mitch, we've talked a lot about the faces of Huntington Beach. When you look at that women's semis and the bracket that we still have, who do you think has the advantage in the adaptable conditions that we're going to see tomorrow?
Well, that's a good question right there. I think, Joanne is definitely one of those people that I think, but Sierra so far has really impressed me, guys. She had a couple buzzer beaters at the beginning of the event. She already has one keeper result so far. And especially after, the injuries that she sustained over the course of her young career too, I think she's found extra motivation to want to do it this year. And why not do it early on too? If you already have one great result, back it up immediately afterwards, especially with less events on the schedule this season, AJ.
Well, and so many of the Southern California surfers have had that advantage of seeing Huntington in all her different shapes and forms. But when you look at the men's heats from today, Taj Lindblad certainly was one of those names that you would expect to show up, show out here in Huntington. But instead, we got to talk about the kid from Brazil, Gabriel Klaussner, coming out in men's round of 16, heat number 2, dropping a 14.53 heat total, Tanner.
Well, this heat was such a treat to watch unfold because Taj did not go down without swinging, because Gabriel was setting the tone with those big airs on big sections. Taj has been electrifying, not just in this event, but this entire year. He's finding that Lindblad form. His sister Sawyer having one of the best years of her life. So Gabriel knew it was a big ask, but then he just started going to the air and unlocking some form of free surf mentality. This kid's fully laser focused for a win, which would be the literal biggest event of his life.
Absolutely, and talking about going to the air, Mitch, we talked about his board during this heat and how great it is looking under his feet. It's based off of a model that they worked on with Felipe Toledo. I mean, those airs, certainly something that you have to think the entire Brazilian crew is looking at Klaussner and saying, that's our guy.
No doubt, but I think more than anything, he has a point to prove right here. Did you qualify just because you could qualify? Are you here to stay? And beating a guy like Taj right here, who's coming off of a 5th, surfing incredibly well too. I mean, look at his heat total, 13 pointed against 14.53. These guys went out there to want to put on the best show. They absolutely did, and I think Klaussner right now, he's kind of that person under the radar that could easily be making it into the final and potentially becoming a champion tomorrow, AJ.
Well, and I'll tell you who is absolutely taking him seriously is Jake Marshall. He's another Southern California local, and he's somebody who's going to have to match up against Klaussner. Only one of them can move on to the semis. You look at those 4 quarters tomorrow that we have on tap for the men, Tanner. I'm going to put you on the spot. Which one are you most excited to see?
Gosh, AJ, why?
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mateus Herdy's heat today was mind-blowing. To be honest, he's surfing with the fluidity of Kanoa Igarashi, but he has his own spark and flavor. And he goes up against Griffin Colapinto, the past winner and champ, an apex predator, in my opinion, in this draw. So that heat for me is super special.
I'm obsessed with the fact that Mateus, after his heat, when he was found out he was drawing Grift, he was like, this is the worst. How do I have to draw one of the best people in this entire contest? But we're going to be so excited to see those men's quarters tomorrow morning. Equally exciting are the women who are moving on to the semis. Rosie Hodge standing by with the final female to lock in her spot on finals day tomorrow.
She has been so incredibly impressive. Isla, your first time to California, your first time to the US Open, you are through to the semifinals. How was your reaction to that? You look so calm and collected.
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't put it in perspective like that yet. I've just been taking it heat by heat, and yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow.
And talking about being, under the tutelage of and staying with someone that has so much experience here at Huntington, you're staying with the Gerlachs. How did that come about, and how much of an advantage is it to stay with a local family with so much knowledge?
Yeah, I'm staying with the Gerlach family. They lived down in Victoria for a few years, and we met them there, and yeah, I guess just became family friends, and they've taken me in here, and it's been so helpful, like giving me lots of local tips and stuff, and just they're such a nice family. So yeah, it's been a huge help being able to stay with them.
And lastly, the Australians have been dominating in the women's division. You'll be coming up against Sophie. What do you make of that semi-final?
Oh, I didn't actually know that, but yeah, that's really exciting. Soph's such an amazing surfer and a really good person as well, so yeah, that'll be a sick battle.
Ali, you've been so fun to watch. Good luck in the semi-finals. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rosie. A sick battle indeed. I cannot wait. And Mitch, I guess that's one of those things. If you're not a local, get the local knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. But, what a cool interview. You see the youth right there, just in her smile, everything in her responses. And, yeah, I mean, on the women's side, out of the 2 semifinals that we have, 3 surfers are from Australia, which is really sick. I mean, they've done well here in the past, too.
And then juxtapose that on the men's side, and we don't have any Australian surfers. So it's really interesting to see how things shake out coming into these finals days. But those draws on the female side, those are going to be great heats.
Great heats.
Another thing to add real quick, out of the men's side, only 2 guys have not had CT experience out of the quarterfinals right there. So 6 out of those 8 guys right there are either on the CT right now or have been at the CT at one point too.
Sheesh. So no wonder we are so excited for finals day, and I only get more excited when I look at the forecast. We have been so stoked all week long with our Surfline forecast because they deliver numbers and images like this. So Mitchell, we know Hurricane Genevieve has now weakened quite a bit, but there's still going to be some opportunity for big swell, some good swell, great waves tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pretty far off now. We were stoked. I mean, we got a ton of waves into Genevieve earlier this week, but for tomorrow, it's still going to be really fun and peaky out there right now. This is what we're looking forward to when it comes to head-to-head competition. Tanner, 3 to 5 feet in the morning, going to be slightly smaller in the afternoon. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm here for it.
100%. And as we talked about yesterday, sometimes that's not the worst thing to see the forecast go down a little bit. We saw it today. when the waves get a little bit smaller, it's easier to control and the progression starts to rise. We saw a lot of surfers take to the air, and as a south swell can track a little bit further out into the coast and becomes a bit more of a southwest swell, it also lessens the current that these guys have been dealing with. So 2 factors at play there to make it actually just a crazy good finals day tomorrow.
Not so much the runarounds, which is something that these surfers, every single time that we have to do it, they have to do a runaround at Huntington Beach, you can see the exhaustion because it adds to it. So cannot wait for finals day tomorrow, but there's no way we're going to let you go without showing you our Board and Brew top 5 from today. First up, we've talked about how great the Southern Californians are. Men's round of 16, heat number 1. We got straight into it. Jake Marshall against Crosby Colapinto, Mitchell.
Yeah, I know it was an amazing one to start off this morning. Crosby had heat control early on. I thought he surfed great too, especially, given the first heat of the morning, you still want to be able to, manage the scale and expectations of everybody else too. He had converted on 2 waves in this heat right at the beginning though, Tanner, and then it was Jake, the guy from Encinitas, came back in a big way right here going left.
Jake Marshall has been steely this entire event. I just talked to him back in the athlete zone, and he said his formula is exactly this. It's just this left with the big maneuvers going into the pylons, and it's getting him crazy good scores. So he's keeping the mojo flowing.
There were a few times that he got close to the pier that gave me a little bit of anxiety. Not whitewash, I'm not gonna lie. All right, our 4th moment, Sierra Kerr. We've talked about how incredible this woman is. We've seen her coming, but Tanner today converting to her first semifinals on the Challenger.
Yes, and this shows the depth of her competitive prowess. We talk about Sierra Kerr and we always assume it's gonna go to the air. It's gonna be crazy radical. And today she stuck it to the face with powerful layback maneuvers like that and put down a great heat total.
When Josh is smiling like that, you know it's a good one. All right, let's take it to the air, shall we? We talked about this heat. Gabe against Taj and Mitch, they just really threw everything at it.
Yeah, and the scary thing about Klaussner right now is that he's starting off heats this way too. Got into second gear earlier on in this heat, straight to the air, completing multiple of them, and had to go up against one of the most informed surfers on the Challenger Series in Taj Lindblad. A lot of things have been going well for Taj lately, outside of the water too. Inside of the water, this was another great heat, came up just short though. Big performance into the quarters for Gabe now.
Convenient that this is our number 2 Board and Brew top play because this man's won here twice. Tanner, he went back-to-back. What makes Kanoa Igarashi so lethal here at Huntington?
Yeah, it's so crazy watching him surf this year because you wonder if he can actually get better. And then he throws the jersey on and he keeps rising his own bar. He has every single maneuver that you would want. You would dream to be Kanoa Igarashi when you surf out here in Huntington, and then just add decades of surf experience. So beyond lethal in the draw.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one to watch tomorrow. Also fun to watch tomorrow, Joanne DeFay has been unstoppable as a mama, Mitchell.
Absolutely, AJ. Been the most informed surfer on the women's side right here. Doesn't seem like that time off, has really affected her at all. If anything, it's actually been a positive force for her. She looks extra motivated, very enthused. And I think most importantly, just looking to have a ton of fun out there right now. It seems like she's been in rhythm with the right waves at the right time too. She's adjusted to the conditions in the morning or in the afternoon and working well with the sharp eyes underneath her feet too. I mean, back in 2015, won the event. 11 years later, AJ might be seeing another win right here at the Open.
Well, and we talked about that before she even got on the ground here at Huntington, just how excited she was to put the jersey back on, the changed perspective since becoming a mom, but also how important her love of surfing has become to her again since becoming a mom. So I'm going to ask, we got 2 local knowledges here, Tanner. What is it going to take for the person to raise that trophy tomorrow and become a U.S. Open champ?
Well, I think Mitch nailed it a little earlier in speaking with John that you recenter on your why. Like, why are you actually here competing at the U.S. Open? And that, if you've tasted the podium before, you actually know that feeling of standing in front of all those people on the beach on the finals day. So it might be easier to just believe that tomorrow you will be that victor again. So for me personally, definitely going to keep eyes on Griffin Colapinto and Johanne Defay in the draw. And I'm just excited to see how it unfolds because every single one of these heats, you go in with this game plan of thinking someone's going to do this, someone's going to do that, and then it's popcorn and it's chaos, and then these crazy narratives start happening, and it's been really enjoyable to watch.
Speaking of the narratives, Mitchell, what has been your favorite one to watch unfold over the last few days?
Yeah, I think I go back to the perspective of only having two guys that aren't on the CT or haven't been on the CT on the men's side in the quarters. Hayden Rogers, Gabriel Klaussner, these are two guys that are looking to make a big name for themselves. And they have the other guys out there that are just looking to prove a point that they're the people to beat, right? I think Kanoa has looked outstanding. He's adjusted his boards on the flat too. The board today looked superb to anything else I've seen him ride so far. On the women's side, I hope to see a new champion, but I think Joanne DeFay winning tomorrow would also be exceeding our very own expectations, potentially her own too, AJ.
Absolutely. Well, I cannot wait. The party gets started at 8 o'clock here on the beach at Huntington. We have a 7:30 call tomorrow morning for our finals day. Make sure you stay locked in to WorldSurfLeague.com for all the event updates. Thanks so much for joining us on the 8:05 post show. We'll see you for finals day.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.